What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm so glad you're here, and today we're going to edit some photos. This weekend I went out, took some photos of my friend's F80 M3. It's a stunning car. So I took some photos and I figured while I'm editing I might as well take a video and show you guys how I go about my editing process. Hopefully you're able to pick up on some tips and tricks that you're able to use into your photo editing style just to, I guess, experiment. Maybe you like it, maybe you don't. Maybe it ups your game up a little bit. But without further ado, let's jump right into it and let's get these photos looking good. So, alright. Here I have all the photos loaded up, and from all the photos that I took, I picked this one to edit first. And we're just going to edit one because then this is going to be a very long video because I go very in-depth on my photos. So yeah, first we're going to start off with a preset. I start off with a preset because it's a little bit easier editing wise. It's less time consuming, and it gives your photos a little bit of style. If you like somebody's editing style, you typically purchase a preset from them. And it's not all copy and paste. You can't just take a preset and slap it on your photo and call it a day. I don't think that's right, and typically that's not going to look good. Usually you're supposed to add a preset and tweak it up a little bit to definitely get the photo looking right, because it's not just copy and paste. It's not like a one preset fits all photos. Every photo has different lighting, and you should definitely tweak it up and make it yours a little bit. Make it your own. So let's get into it then. So we're going to go over to the presets, and we're just going to play around and see which one we like best. Usually I like to make my life a little bit easier and find a preset that actually fits the photo really well. And then I like to go ahead and see what I'm able to change to make the photo a little bit better. Now, I'm not liking any of these. I think I like fade better because the white really pops. Now, as you can see, the car is very white, and you can't see any of the body lines, so we're gonna fix that up a bit. So I'm just gonna bring down the exposure, and first I want to go ahead and just play around with the tones and get the car looking where it's supposed to be. Bring up my whites, blacks, play with some clarity. You don't want to go too crazy on clarity, because then your edit's not going to look good at all. I like to play around with the haze, bring some blacks back in there. Turn out the temperature. That looks good. Okay, cool. I think I see a lot of grain in this preset, so I'm just going to back off on the grain. There it is. There, that's much better. Cool. Looks good. Now I'm just going to bring up the noise reduction. Just make it look smooth and clean. And now I'm going to play around with this hues. I don't really like the blue aura around the car. I don't know what this is. This is like a blue tint on the ground next to the car, so I want to eliminate that. I'm going to bring down my blues, bring down my aquas, and I'm going to bring down the oranges as well too, because the concrete kind of looks weird if it's a lot of orange, so I'm just going to bring that down. It's kind of a moody black and white kind of theme, but there's still some color in there. You don't want to take away all the color. Play around with some luminance, see if we can get those body lines to pop. You play around with the sliders and see what looks best. I typically do this most of the time. I'm gonna change up the hue on the concrete, that orange. Maybe the blues too. Is that even changing anything? A little bit. Maybe it's aquas. No. Let's see. Alright. That's looking good. You can also go down to shadows, and the calibration tool, and play around with these, and see if we can play around with a lot of colors in Lightroom, that's for sure. Now again, I'm just trying to fix that blue hue on the ground. Okay, awesome. Still got more adjustments. Probably playing around with this right here in the curves section. Add a point. Oh, add a point. There you go. There you go. That's looking true color. That's looking good. Awesome. I'm gonna bring down this fade a little bit. Bring down some contrast. Awesome. Let's see what else we're able to do. I think I want to bring back some. Actually, let's defringe the purple aura around the headlights, and that's very easy to do. All you gotta do is go to defringe tool, just bring it up a bit, and play around, and then just get it right. Now I'm gonna bring it up a little bit over here. There you go. Now we eliminated the purple hue around the wheel and around the headlight. Looks a lot better. Awesome, that's looking good. So this is before, that's after. Still think we could do more. I want to bring down the highlights in the white paint. So I'm gonna go over to my gradient. I'm just gonna drag over a gradient from the right side. And this is a little trick that I learned. Just go over to luminance, show luminance mask, and you're gonna drag over the left point over to the right, I think, or the right over to the left. No, left over to the right. And that selects all your highlights. There we go. That should be good. Now deselect that, go back up. Now you can play around with all these sliders, and now it'll just select all the highlights. Bring down exposure, highlights down, contrast down, and boost the clarity there, and pop the body lines out. Incorporate some yellows. Purple tint. Let's just zoom in, see how that looks. That's looking really good. I'm liking it so far. Now we can play around with the shadows. I want to bring back the some definition into those wheels because they're looking a bit dark. I'm just going to make another gradient over to the left. Do the same thing, luminance, show luminance mask, drag the right point over to the left, just so you're selecting those dark sections of the photo. Deselect that, go back up to your tones, and then you can play around with just the dark, all the blacks in the photo. Some clarity in there, some dehaze, bring back some whites. That's looking good. All right, let's take that off. And now we're gonna crop it to a 1x1 for Instagram. And we're gonna center the car just like that. Click enter. And so this is our edit. Actually, I'm just going to fix that a bit. There we go. I'm just gonna drag it over to the left, just so it's centered. That's looking good. All right, awesome. So this is before, and this is after. Night and day difference. Looks way better. Kind of want to bring down the yellows a little bit. I'm not liking that either. Yellows, oranges. I think I'm gonna brush the headlights as well too. There we go. And then bring down highlights, up the contrast. You should see these clear up. Bring down some exposure. Bring down more of the highlights. Incorporate some shadows. We're gonna do the same thing to the other side, just a little bit. There we go. Looking good. Before, after. That looks amazing. Awesome. Taillights looking good. All right, now we're going to bring this over into Photoshop, and I'm going to show you what we're going to do in there. And I feel like this is a crucial, not a crucial step, but I feel like if you really want to up your photo game, your editing game a little bit, I feel like most people should do this. It's just touching up some little spots in the photo, and it just makes it a whole lot better. And I'll show you what I mean. So I'm gonna let this load. There we go. So now we have our photo loaded up onto Photoshop. We're just going to zoom in. I'm gonna show you what I mean. So as you can see, we have a bunch of bugs on the bumper, and we have some reflections on the hood, as well as the windshield and the mirror and the side window here. So I want to remove that, and most people just leave it, and I'm kind of OCD with that. I kind of don't like that. I feel like the little things make the photo look just a little bit better. And I'm going to show you how that is. So we're just going to duplicate that layer, and we're just going to go right into it, and it's very easy to do. So I'm just going to lasso to this because it makes it a lot faster. So I'm just going to pick sections of the bumper where you want to take away some of the imperfections. So we're going to click content aware, which I already have selected. Content aware mode, blending mode is normal, opacity 100. Just click OK, and it should just magically fix that imperfection. Fill, and just keep doing this, and go around the whole entire car, and you'll see that the photo will start to take shape. So I'm just gonna go ahead with this, and I'm gonna show you guys the end result. there we have it. So we removed a lot of the imperfections. So this is before and that's after. It looks a lot better without those imperfections there. It just looks 10 times better, and it's just a lot less going on. So I'm really liking that. So we can now save this, and it'll go back into Lightroom for us. So we can go back into Lightroom, and it'll give us our edited version, which is right here. There it is. So this is before the imperfection removal with the lasso tool and the spot removal tool, and this is after. Looking great. Just want to add another gradient to the bottom here and drag it up. And I think it'll just add some more dynamics, bring down the exposure, bring up contrast, maybe bring up some dehaze if this wants to work. There we go. And then actually I think we want to bring up the contrast. Yeah, there we go. That looks a little better. Get out a gradient tool, and there you have it. It looks great. And we can just export it. Export. And I'm going to name this F80M3 and Cody, since it's Cody's car. We can put it in a subfolder, add my watermark. Oh, no, never mind. All metadata. There we go. And that should be good. Export. And there you have it. So we're pretty much done. So that's pretty much it, guys. So we went over how to edit on Lightroom. We brought it over into Photoshop, fix those imperfections, and made the photo look a lot better than what it did before. And I'm very happy with this edit, and I hope you guys learned something from me editing this photo. So that's pretty much it for me. I'm gonna throw up some before and afters on the screen right now, so that way you can see what we have created. Hopefully you guys are able to pick up the tips and tricks and incorporate them into your photos as well. It really makes me happy that you guys are wanting these videos and wanting to learn as well too. It's exactly how I learned, just YouTube and a lot of friends. Thanks so much for following along with me and watching me edit my photo. I hope you guys enjoy your night, and I'll see you guys in the next video.